Hey, what's up, you guys? I just got back from hanging out with some people, and I had like 5 or 6 comments on my YouTube channel, so I figured I'd go through those. Went through those, people just talking shit, talking about some shit. Uh, Patrick Williams talking about some stuff relating to my last video, which was the response to Count Blagarath. Said some cool shit there. But then I saw this one comment, which was on my an older video of mine, the Sleep Dope Smoker Doom Metal Must-Haves review. And Doom Metal Must-Have is a series that I started a while ago. Basically, me reviewing classic Doom albums or Doom albums that I thought were important to listen to. And I believe I reviewed October Tide, Rain Without End, and Sleep Dope Smoker. Fuck. But I really hadn't done the series for a while. I just hadn't had anything to do. I wasn't really getting requests for it. You know, not that I really need a request to do something, but I just hadn't really felt like doing it. So I hadn't done one in a while, and I got a comment on that video from Dylan McKevlin, basically saying you should keep going with this series. I want to get into doom metal, and he said that he had been listening to Typo Negative, of course, you know, a great place to start with doom, and then the new Shape of Despair, Monotony Fields, having gotten him more into that. So he requested it. I carry on the series a little bit, so I figured I'd do another one today. I'm kind of bored. I'm gonna go to bed soon, but I figured I'd just do this one real quick. This is Yob with the album Atma. Now, Yob, if you're not familiar, they are a stoner metal band from Eugene, Oregon, I believe. It's either Portland or Eugene, but I'm pretty sure they're from Eugene. This album is released on Profound Lore Records. These guys play a very riffy, very heavy style of doom. It's very sort of cathartic, hence their I think second album, Catharsis, which I almost chose for this list. I almost chose Catharsis, but I went with Atma because their music in the past has always been very sort of relaxing to me. It has a lot of really heavy riffs, a lot of groove to it. Very long, entrancing songs, some going well over the 20-minute mark, others being, you know, usually around the 10-minute mark, some shorter than that. But just long, entrancing, epic songs, guitar, bass, drums, and vocals, just fantastic stuff. This album came out in 2011, and by no means is it considered the most seminal work. I would probably say that Catharsis is their most famous album. But I went with this one because it is my favorite from Yob. Partly because the cover artwork is one of my favorites of all time. I just think that that's a very beautiful image. But partly because there's so much variety on this album. You get to the first track called Prepare the Ground, and you immediately know what sets these guys apart from other, you know, stoner sludge kind of bands. Like bands like Caius or Kylesa. They really stand out from these bands because they have these huge riffs that are very super expansive, bring a lot of atmosphere to the songs, and just have the super grand sense to them, like you're like in the middle of some vast desert and there's just like cliffs and like canyons and rivers and like explosions and shit. Like, I don't know, it puts me in a really trippy mood. And this album actually starts off with a song that doesn't really do that at all. It starts off with Prepare the Ground. That is an incredible song. It's very heavy, actually. It's pretty fast, mid-paced stoner metal, with some high, very powerful, clean vocals from Mike. I can't remember his last name, but Mike from Yob. I believe his name is Mike. Fuck, I think it's Mike. But anyway, he does do sort of growls at points. He does that a lot on Catharsis, actually. But for the most part, he does these very high, powerful, driven, clean vocals that are super awesome. They kind of remind me of if Matt Pike from High on Fire was singing up like in a higher range and a little bit more melodic. It's beautiful. It's not really beautiful, but it's crushing stuff, and it's very emotive and really cool. And this is an album that you can listen to just and have fun with it. Listen to the really groovy riffs, the slow headbangable portions, but there's a lot of atmosphere and there's a lot to think about. You go from the song Prepare the Ground to the song Atma. And Atma, if you're not familiar, is sort of I believe this is kind of a concept album, but Atma, A-T-M-A, refers to a belief in sort of Jainist or Buddhist belief, which is the state of oneself without sort of any other influence. That's basically what I kind of got from it. And that's the concept behind this, is having, you know, this sort of Buddhist concept of, you know, catharsis and finding one's true self. And Yob have always had these sort of Buddhist and Eastern philosophical themes in their lyrics. And on this one, I mean, it never comes off as preachy, of course. It's just some really awesome lyrical material to go along with the album. And, I mean, the guitar riffs will just take you to another place. You get songs like Before We Dreamed of Two, which starts off pretty heavy, but then goes into some pretty dark material later into the song. It gets much slower, and the guitars slow down quite a bit, and you get some very harsh singing. Not harsh, but some very sort of a dark and morose singing. And then Upon the Sight of the Other Shore, another great song on here. It has an awesome sort of refrain in it of belief shaken to the core. Just listen to the song, dude. Fuck, I'm stupid. But yeah, it's an awesome song. Listen to Upon the Sight of the Other Shore. And it ends with a 15 or 16 minute track called Adrift in the Ocean. And if you want an introduction to Yob, listen to that song. Listen to the song Adrift in the Ocean. It opens with this beautiful shoegazing guitar melody that goes for a few minutes, and then you just get hit with the riffs, and it is phenomenal, man. This album is really a trippy experience that, you know, if you smoke weed, do it, then listen to this fucking album. It's perfect. Every song on here is incredible, and everyone brings something new to the table. You know, like, every song has its own kind of thing. There's some awesome spoken word stuff on the song Atma of a guy explaining the concept of Atman and, you know, sort of what it is in relation to the album. It's really cool, man. It does come with this, inside of the CD, it has this sort of I guess, symbol. I don't really know what that is, but it's cool as fuck. I mean, it's a pretty nice package overall. You do get this sort of like a poster layout. Folds out like that, which I would definitely hang that up, but the lyrics are on the other side. Lyrics. But, yeah, man, Yob, Atma, if you're looking to get into stoner metal, groovy, blissful, relaxing, cathartic, yet still very groovy and engaging metal that, you know, that you can just put on and take a deep breath and relax, and has a lot of atmosphere to it. It's a long description. Listen to Yob and the album Atma. It's really good shit. So yeah, that's the end of my review. Thanks Dylan McKevlin for saying I should do this. Hopefully you liked the review. If not, then fucking let me know. Hit it with a thumbs down. And yeah, I am wearing my Jimmy John's hat because I work at Jimmy John's now, and I have, oh my god, that's fucked. I'm working at Jimmy John's now, so hopefully I'll be able to get more hours and start buying shit, because I haven't done a collection update in a long time, and I need to start buying more shit for my collection. But yeah, there's that Doom Metal Must-Haves, volume I think 3. Let me guys know if you want to see. Let me know if you guys want to see more of this. Fuck, I'm a shit person, dude.